Okay, so it is super cold here in SoCal, which is not normal. Crazy cold. But that being said, so I actually got this guy here from a gift for Christmas, and it's actually a mix of different old American coins. So it's got a mix of like wheat pennies, Indian head pennies, some other stuff I don't think I've ever seen before. Let's see. This kind of stuff, not sure how good I can get this kind of thing. Let's see. Let's see if it'll zoom in on it. Nope. I can't get it to show too nicely. No. Let's see. This one's pretty old. I think this is from the 20s, right? This is a dime of some sort. But I mean, a lot of mixed bag in here. Mainly wheat pennies. And I guess this is like, supposed to be some type of collectible bag of coins. The thing is, like, when you buy these kind of things, it's funny because they're curated, so to speak, which to me says they've been picked through by someone who knew what they were looking for. But it's still cool when you see these kind of things, because when I look at them and I see like things like, the Indian head nickels, the buffalo nickels, these are cool. I remember seeing like my grandparents having these sitting on like their, like, how they keep around a change cup, that kind of thing. Always interesting, right? You never see these kind of things like on a regular basis. So while monetarily this might be, not worth too much, it is interesting to see, these kind of coins, and to get it kind of as a gift, it's pretty fun. It's actually a little different than just the normal stacking, some bullion, which, I do tend to get as a gift quite a lot. These kind of things are pretty interesting. Let's see this one. So forgive me with the look through the camera. I'm trying to get, there's not that much light left, but these are actually pretty interesting. So this one's a penny, a cent, if you will. So this one's from, 1900, Indian head. Interesting. There's not much light left right now, so forgive again the angles. Hey, Joseph Lopez. Hello there. DL Stacker. Hello. Yeah, so I'm just showing this gift that I got for Christmas, and it's a mix of different, U.S. coinage, like mainly like the wheat pennies, that kind of thing. But there's a good mix in there, and like I said, like it's something that's, I guess been picked through by the company that sold it, government.com. So it's curated, if you will, but which to me means it's gotten picked through. But that's still interesting because, seeing these kind of coins, you just don't come across them anymore. I mean, I would say even when I was a kid, like you would see these kind of things in your pocket change, I guess, if you will. But nowadays, I mean, everyone's kind of gone through it. And so you don't even see these kind of things anymore. So it's pretty interesting to be able to, have a bag full of, I mean, even 1900 seems like, I would say like in the 1900s, it didn't seem like it was that long ago. It seemed like ages ago. But now that we're in 2024, it does seem like eons ago that, these things were made. And they're all in, obviously pretty circulated condition. So they're not anything, they're not anything numismatic, if you will. But they're still cool. All of these different things, again, there's things that you don't see anymore. I would say these are just, run-of-the-mill stuff. But it's interesting because, again, with stacking, if you do it for long enough, you don't, it's tough because it's hard to kind of keep it interesting. So getting something like this, while it's not numismatic and it's not, precious metals, if you will, it does kind of take you back because you don't see these things anymore. And they all have different, a different feeling, if you will, than the current pocket change. Today, if you pick up a penny or you have a handful of pennies even, it's pretty, it's kind of like fly out of your hand status. Whereas at this point, the older stuff, you feel the heft of like even the copper pennies. Like they say, the copper pennies, even from the 80s, are worth more than the actual penny. So it's actually pretty interesting, which it is illegal to melt them down. But it's cool to see like these kind of things. Like if this one's actually pretty interesting too. These old dimes, 1 dime. Let's see, what's the year on that? And forgive the blurriness, like I said. So the year on this guy, 1912. These are kind of things like I've never really seen these. I mean, I would have never seen these kind of things in pocket change. The only thing I would say I have seen as like come across like when I was a kid would be these kind of things. And it was different enough that you would, kind of pull it out of your pocket change and take it out. But the other ones, I would say that the other thing that I've seen on a semi-random basis is these guys. Once in a while, you'd come across the Indian head pennies. But most of that stuff, yeah, they you don't really come across it anymore, even if you're looking for it. I mean, I know people who hunt the penny rolls and nickel rolls, dime rolls, looking for silver or just seeing what they can find. It's pretty difficult these days. I mean, people who get those big boxes at the bank, I mean, that is definitely a labor of love. Like, other than the things that directly stick out and, you can kind of see that, that isn't a penny per se. Like, looking through and trying to find, like, individual pennies, random strikes. Yeah, I mean, definitely I could see people melting it down to make other things. And then, going through the bags. Yeah, exactly, DL Stecker. I would have had the same outlook. I would have thought, I'm gonna be the one to find something pretty random in a coin roll. But I like this kind of stuff. It is a different gift. It's something that, it's not the everyday. And again, it's not necessarily precious metals, but I would say it kind of keeps the precious metal aspect interesting to remember that, this all stemmed from actual coinage at some point versus, the bullion rounds, these kind of guys that everybody has as part of the weight of their stack. These kind of things kind of bring it back to where it all started, which was, hey, at a certain point we actually had precious metals as currency. Although copper, I wouldn't call it a precious metal, but just metals as a physical currency. Interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to show this little grab bag that I got. I'll go through it more in depth, but I'm going to have to look at what should I be looking for, even in something like this. You never know. Although I do think it's been picked through, for those kind of things. You never know what you're going to find. Anyway, thanks for joining me. You're getting your first American Eagle, Joseph Lopez. That is a good pickup. Eagles, I would say, now that the premiums have come down, not a bad buy. I mean, it's kind of the standard, the universal standard in silver and gold bullion. When they were like $50 each for silver, I'd take a hard pass. I was doing maples and pretty much anything except American Eagles. But now that they're much better, I like them. I mean, I think they're a solid choice. I found one 2022 at a coin shop, and it was a mint MS-70. It was slabbed, and they sold it to me for $32. And this is when Eagles were still selling for, like, regular Eagles, like circulated, were selling for like 35, 36. So I was pretty happy on that come up. I was gonna say something because I figured they must not know what it was really worth, but hey, that's on them, right? I mean, every once in a while we all get one, right? We all get some. But thanks for joining me, and look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care.